What's going on, MCOC fam? So 9.2 just dropped today. Now I want to give you all a guide on, the best champions to use on paths and how to counter certain paths. So yeah, let's hop into here this is 9.2.1. Let's hop into path A here. So this is all about, Scourge. So they'll gain a charge every 2 seconds, a Scourge charge, and that will make the opponent auto block, right? So, and then every time you knock the opponent down, you remove 3 Scourge charges. So you just want to be heavy, or every time you knock them down with a heavy, you remove the 3 Scourge charges. So you want to be parry heavying basically the whole time. And the defender takes 60% less damage while they don't have buffs applied to them. So you definitely want to bring buff heavy champs here that are ideally parry heavy playstyle. So some champions I got here are Odin would be good. You can put buffs on any champ with his pre-fights. So you can use him, Serpent, ton of buffs. Venom, a ton of buffs. Red Skull, 10 armor up buffs. Howard the Duck, Fury buffs. And he's parry heavy playstyle. So those are just a couple of champs you could use on this path, which would be really good. So yeah, now we got path B. Very, very simple path here. Okay, we have the first note here. It says, while fighting a tech attacker, whenever the defender is inflicted with a rupture, incinerate, plasma, disintegration, or poison effect, they are also inflicted with a shock passive. So this is important here because when the opponent doesn't have a shock passive on them, they will go unblockable for 6 seconds after their special. So some good champs for this path I have here. Ironheart, she has ruptures, which can be converted into shocks with that. With the old node here, and then you have Shuri with her shocks, and Infamous Iron Man with his shocks on his basic hits, and then Lady Deathstrike has ruptures, which will get converted into shocks. And yeah, but if you don't care even about the unblockable, you can just use any champ here, honestly, and you'll be full chilling. So yeah, there's that path. Alright guys, now we got path C. Again, another simple path here. So the notes here are, well, you need a relic here definitely for your champs to get rid of their protections. And then you have power shield, which means you can basically only do damage with your special attacks. And then, you need mutants with prowess here, because if you don't, they're going to be going stun immune, and they're going to have a long unstoppable. So you definitely want those mutants with prowess. And some good champions I have here for the path are Storm, excellent, Sauron, Gambit, Magneto, Bishop. All these champs have gained hella prowess, bro, which you definitely need for the path. So that's that one. Alright guys, so now we have the bosses, and we'll get started with Toad. And this guy really only has one node that's scary, and that is every time he gains a prowess effect, he'll gain an impact charge, granting 90% block penetration. So you definitely want champs that counter prowess here. So some good champs I have are, of course, Nimrod would be great for a War Machine, counters prowess, and Howard the Duck with the Bishop synergy. Very fun option, because he basically will take his prowess and just put it on him, so you're going to be hitting huge SP2s there. So that's that one. Okay guys, so next off we have Rintra here. Fairly simple boss. He has fight or flight, so you just want to not be by him when that unstoppable timer is about to expire. And the other main thing is he's stun immune, so any science champ should be able to take him just fine. Even Silk, because it'll just take longer, but you can still get him down with her. So here are the champs I recommend. Spider-Ham, Count Nefaria, Photon, Silk, She-Hulk, the basic science types. Alright, so next off we have a Kate. And her whole thing is just she auto blocks and evades, right? So you will need people with true accuracy like Odin with his SP1, Serpent with his SP1, and Null with his medium attacks, heavy, and SP1. He counters evade and auto block. And then Falcon, when he's locked on, basically counters everything, so be a good option. And then you can also just use the Magneto, White Magneto pre-fight and use anybody when you put that pre-fight on, honestly. So yeah, she's pretty simple, And yeah, bro, 9.2.1 is looking very easy. Hope this guide helped y'all, and appreciate y'all watching. See y'all boys in the next one. Peace.